Greetings and salutations. I am Dr. Kamisha Carter with your Wisdom Wednesday moment. Today we're talking about boundaries part 2. If you didn't see last week Wednesday, we started talking about boundaries. What are really boundaries? Boundaries are lines that are drawn in the sand. But here's the thing. Boundaries are not for the person that you're trying to keep out. It is actually for the person that you're trying to keep safe. You draw boundaries so that you can feel protected and you can feel safe. There's nothing wrong with a boundary unless you cross your own no trespassing line. What are you talking about, Dr. Kamisha? Well, here's the thing. If you draw a boundary and say that you're not going to do something and you do it anyway, is it really truly a boundary? If you tell a person you don't want them to do X, Y, and Z, and then you allow them to do X or Z, is it really a boundary? Boundaries are things that you say no to. Boundaries are things that we call red flags. Boundaries are things that we say, well, I'm not going to do this. You can't do this to me, that to me, or I'm not going to do this to me or that to me to myself. Boundaries cover physical, financial, spiritual, and emotional. There are 4 types of boundaries. And keep in mind, boundaries don't stay in place for a long time. For example, if you do a financial boundary and say, I will not spend any more money because I'm going to save it because Christmas is almost 6-7 months away and I don't want to be stressed out, that is a temporary boundary. You can also have long-term boundaries. I won't eat bread or any carbs in order for my, diabetes. That's a long-term boundary. So now you're in the season to decide what your boundary is going to be. Well, Dr. Kamisha, how do I figure out what boundaries I need to draw? Great question. First of all, you have to realize who you are in this season. Every season, every quarter, you change. You grow or you recede, one or the other. So you have to figure out who you are in this season. What do you like to do in this season? What don't you like to do in this season? Who is important to you in this season? Who is not important to you in this season? What are your financial gains for this season? What do you want to do spiritually? Where do you want to be in this season? And where do we want to be? And it's not like where you want to travel, but where do you want to be in your life? What do you want to have? What don't you want to, what do you want to get rid of? Decluttering is real. What is it in this season that you want to know? And then you can draw the boundary. This is your Wisdom Wednesday tip. I am Dr. Kamisha Carter. See you next week. Bye-bye.